All right, for our third team, please help me in welcoming the Fast and the Curious.
We are the Fast and the Curious, a results-driven, people-first consulting firm that helps businesses grow into their full potential. Recently, we've been partnering with Paris Baguette, a company in the bakery and pastry space, trying to grow and further expand throughout Europe and the rest of the world. We'll start by looking at some steps that we're specifically taking to help Paris Baguette and have some recommendations.
Yes, so here's our agenda for today. First of all, we're going to talk about the company overview, and next we're going to talk about the selection process and what are the recommendations as well as implementation that we have for the company. And then we're going to further look into next steps, so we're going to address their long-term goal. So first of all, I want to talk about the company visions. So Paris Baguette's vision is to become the most influential bakery cafe in the world. And in order to achieve this goal, we have to look into the DNA. So we figure out that reliable quality as well as upscale experience and innovation within process and product are the core strengths, and we want to address this one as we move on with the project. So next, I'm going to talk about our selection process of the country that we want to go with in Europe. So as you can see here, we have 6 factors in general. The first thing that we want to cut off is the international arrival. So this metric really tells us about the number of tourists that are coming in the countries, and also from this number we can see who are our potential customers, because we know that tourists are really go with the brand that have familiar with their choice. And also next, we're going to talk about the purchasing power as well as the endurance level of the customers in the country that we're looking at. So we're going to make sure that we know how much and how willing they are to pay for the pastry that we're going to make. Also, we look at the ease of doing business. So we learned from our past experience in South Korea that restriction and regulation does not go well. So we want to learn from that experience, and we want to see what countries that have the easiest way of doing business. Last but not least, we think about the current population and the market revenue for the bakery. So the current population is interesting fact, because we figure out that the franchising opportunity go a lot from the Korean-based customers, and also like the community there, they're going to have the potential to franchise our brand. But at the same time, they're going to be our customer in the future. And also for the bakery revenue, we're going to see how big the market is for us. So a market with numbers is not enough for us to justify our recommendations. So we're going to look into the PESTEL analysis to see what are the things that we want to have. So after we did our calculation, so we ranked all the factors from 1 to 10, and UK come up with the most weighted average for all of these factors. So we're going to look into how PESTEL analysis is going to be for UK. So first of all, I want to see how Brexit is going to affect our business in UK. And also in terms of the social and economic factors, we want to see about the purchasing power, as well as the numbers of growing middle class, and also the young population that UK has to offer, and how we're going to make the most out of it. And also, we think about the technological aspect as something we want to put into our recommendation, because as we see that a lot of customers in UK have adoption for smartphone, and this is going to come up with our mobile app later, and also some advancement in technology that we're going to have our supply chain. Also for legal, there's no specific laws for franchising, so that will be a very favorable environment for us in the future. And also, UK customers have a big fondness for sustainability, and sustainable brands will sell very good in this country. So next, we're going to come up with our recommendation and what we have for the future.
So as a global brand, we would like to recommend a global menu with local flavorings in the UK. We've seen this strategy work exceptionally well in other countries that Paris Baguette has decided to enter into, and so we'd like to build on that strategy for the UK. So as you can see from our menu here, We have the traditional British offerings like scones and porridge, as well as the quintessentially French offerings that Paris Baguette specializes in. We also would like to keep the Asian flavorings on the menu, as well as we've done some research into the UK market and have seen that they are very open to new foods and new experiences, particularly trying new international foods. And so to increase our influence as a global brand, we'd like to have a global offering of the month. And so we've done a deeper dive into the consumer base in the UK, and we found that they have 3 values that they really strongly value: convenience, quality, and impact. So we've seen in the UK market an increasing trend towards the transumer, which is people who are time-pressed, on the go, and they consume their products on the go in between work and on the way. And so we would like to conveniently meet them with our locations near all of the major tube stations. We've also recognized that 77% of millennials in the UK have said if there's one thing that could make their life better, it would be health. And so that is why we want to market the quality of our ingredients with a completely vertically integrated supply chain that Paris Baguette has. That's a very unique competitive advantage, that we can market the quality of our ingredients to our consumer base. And finally, 72% of millennials in the UK have said that they would be more likely to buy a product that has positive impact for the community and for the environment. And so the way that we're going to facilitate this strategy is through our mobile application. Consumers can log into the mobile app and order their products to be ready for pickup on their way to work, and see that they are conveniently located around the tube stations to be picked up and save time. And then we also market the quality of our products on the app, because all of the ingredients will be listed there. And finally, as a company that strongly values social responsibility and sustainability, we will have an aspect of our app where accredited community organizations have a specific login, and they will have access to see what the inventory from our store is at the end of the day. And so as our effort to reduce food waste in the cities of the UK and to promote sustainability and responsibility, they will be able to claim that food at the end of the day, pick it up, and deliver it to their community locations.
So now that we've talked a little bit about what we're going to offer the market in the UK, let's talk a little bit about the competitive scene. So first of all, we divided it into 3 different sections. We have the chain bakeries, which Paris Baguette is going to be directly a part of. We have more specialty bakeries, which are kind of those high-end fancy bakeries, maybe like a patisserie. They usually focus on one subset of things, and they do it really well with a higher cost. And then the other segment that we need to talk about is grocery chains as well. So they also have bakeries, however they usually don't have like as much as a variety of what they're offering, and usually it's really not as convenient for people. So within these chain bakery scenes, we have 2 main competitors that we really need to think about in the UK. So the first one that we want to talk about is Costa Coffee. So Costa Coffee is a coffee chain, but recently they've really expanded into their bakery options. And then the other one to talk about is Greggs. So Greggs is a UK-based chain, and they're really focused on convenience, offering a low-cost product. But the thing is that they don't have as much of a variety of products. Their products are very UK-based in what they're marketing to their customers. So as you can see, we really fill a void in the market where we think that we can provide a very high variety of products that United Kingdom customers will be interested in, while also providing them high convenience in accessing these products. So now that we've talked a little bit about the competitive landscape, let's move on to exactly what our marketing strategy is going to be. So the first step that we really want to take within the marketing strategy is with social media. So we want to target millennials, and we know that they are really all over social media. So we want to reach out to foodie influencers who can post about unique and special offerings that we have to their followers who are interested in these sort of things. We also want to have unique photo spots for people to take pictures and share them on social media, and then turn that into user-generated content that we post ourselves to really maintain an authentic connection with our customers. The other part of this is going to be events. So we really want to focus on 2 events, both corporate events and foodie events, since the UK and especially London is at the center of different types of food events all across the board. The final part of the strategy is going to be a loyalty program. So we want to keep our customers coming back. And so to do that, we'll have a loyalty program. This could offer different incentives like free pastries, having early access to the global monthly special, or even connecting to social corporate responsibility. They can maybe donate their free pastry to somebody who's more in need. So now that we've talked a little bit about the marketing strategy, let's talk more about our target market and who we're targeting. So as you can see here, these are kind of a bigger breakdown of who we're targeting, but overall in general, we're really looking at busy millennials who are foodies. They're looking for something that's incredibly convenient. They're part of this transumer market where they're always going places and they need something that's convenient for them in the middle. So we're gonna offer them this convenience while also offering them a variety of products that they can really access at their fingertips that can keep their interests up. So now that we've talked a little bit about the positioning of the target market and the marketing, let's move into more of the implementation side of things.
We previously mentioned that here at the Fast and the Curious, we are action-oriented, results-driven, and we do care about the numbers. So we'll talk about the specific implementation steps that we will take as we want to enter into this new market. Starting out in year one, we want to do this franchise model like we saw in the US, specifically targeting the Korean population. As you know, they will be all about the brand and hopefully the ones who will be franchising these goods. So in year one, we want to start with the New Malden neighborhood in London. Through research, we found that it's the most densely populated neighborhood for Koreans outside of South Korea. So we definitely want to hit this area and tell people about our new products. Next, we want to go to the Korean Cultural Center, which is where people go to learn more about Korea's culture through different events, fundraisers, opportunities to learn more about what Korea is all about. We want to have a store just outside of this cultural center to give people pastries and exposure to our products. And then we're going to move into the King's Cross St. Pancras Tube Station, which is the most popular tube station in all of London, an area for us to show off this convenience and get customers through the door. And finally, next in year two, we see the need as competitors are on our heel, right? We need to continue to hit this market hard and hit it fast. We're going to do 10 new tube station franchises in London at the most popular tube stations. And then we're going to have 5 office building locations, as we know that people in London specifically value a work-life balance. And Paris Baguette is a great opportunity for them to have this work-life balance, taste this great food in their store. And also we want to go to the Heathrow International Airport, which is a global hub. People want to try new foods and have this global menu with local flavor. Years 3 through 5, we want to continue to expand in this market, but expand outside of just London to different cities in the United Kingdom, whether it's Manchester, Oxford, Cambridge, places where people are hungry for global food and want to get outside of their norm. And we think this would be a great opportunity. And on the right, we have some specific financials. So we said there'd be initial franchise fee revenue of $50,000. Through some assumptions and calculations, we found that we'd have on average 520 customers per day. These customers would spend around $6.25, and with their 5% gross royalty fee revenue, we'll make approximately $30 million in 5 years. Moving into the supply chain, as action and implementation is very important, we'd like to talk about the steps that we'll take here. We want to start with making a new wheat processing manufacturing plant in France. As we saw that we started our new locations in France, we want to continue to hit other markets in Europe. So we think this manufacturing plant will be very well served. From there, we'll transport the dough that is pre-made to our distribution center in London. The distribution center will send this dough 3 times a day to our stores so it'll be cooked fresh and ready to go. And through this process, we want to have our competitive advantage of process innovation and continue to meet the needs of our customers through our supply chain. So we'd love to have new innovations through machine learning, Internet of Things, and possibly having drones even deliver our products and our goods later on. Moving in just to some next steps that we'd like to go through in the process, as it doesn't just stop in London and in the UK. We want to continue to expand in other countries. Immediately we see Germany as a great fit. They fit our comparable country analysis and line up a lot with the UK in terms of their discretionary income, amount of Korean population, and we think they'd really be a great fit. Further expanding, we see an opportunity to go into Africa, specifically Nigeria, as they have the 2nd largest GDP and a very thriving French population. So we think this would be a great outlet for further growth. And also we want to hit the home baking space, so have more products in grocery stores. Through our app, have some tutorial videos explaining how to bake these goods so it doesn't just stop in the store, but it keeps going to your home. And finally, as here at the Fast and the Curious, we are passionate about not only serving people and results, but we also want to have a holistic approach to consulting. So we decided to check out Paris Baguette for ourselves yesterday. We experienced the amazing taste, smells. The franchise owner even treated us with free food and drink. So we're very passionate about this company. We believe that as they continue to expand globally with their impact, yet keep this customer service personal aspect, they truly will be able to change the world. We'd love to open up the floor for any questions or recommendations that you may have.